Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday's Market Outlook here at TOPGUN Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and day two of our industry-leading full throttle training program is in the books. We talked about the basics of the market today, the basics of stocks, and options. Okay, you still have time. We got a Tuesday brief, a Wednesday brief, and a Thursday brief. Remember, I'm the only guy out here doing this where I open up the doors to my regular member briefs. You don't get death by PowerPoint slides, folks. You get in and see what we're doing, what we're trading, how we're doing it for free. Still time to register. Head to go.topgunoptions.com/launch FT. That stands for launch full throttle. Hey, if you missed yesterday's welcome aboard brief, Sunday afternoon, I did a welcome aboard brief. Here's who I am. Here's what I do here at Top Gun Options. Don't worry about it. Or if you missed today's brief, the basics of stocks and options, everything is on the replay page right here. Go.topgunoptions.com/FT replay. That stands for full throttle replay. Just click the top right over here and you can see, let me scroll down a little bit. You can see yesterday's brief. You just click on that. Yesterday's replay will pop up. And then number 2 right there is today's brief. Okay. So head there and watch the replays when you get a chance. Okay. Let's go ahead and get airborne and talk about our Monday market outlook. Hey, before I forget, make sure you go to the No Fallen Heroes YouTube page, okay, and click subscribe. We need a hell of a lot more subscribers than 405 there, folks. Some really, really quality content lately. Chris Macklin, call sign Chicken, one of the first guys in the door at Columbine. Just saw absolute horror. We took Chicken to Colorado. Well, he lives in Colorado. I met Chicken in Colorado, and we did a healing retreat. Man, that guy looked up. He came to that retreat looking like he was carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. I gave him a hug Monday morning, and he was a different human being. These healing medicines, which we're going to talk about Thursday in our accelerated retirement brief, really do have the power to potentially save and change lives. So do me a favor, go to the No Fallen Heroes YouTube page and subscribe and start watching some of this content. If you know a veteran or a first responder or one of their family members who's kind of hurting and could use some potential healing, please reach out to us and let us know. Okay, let's go ahead and get going. This guy's nuts. Joe Biden, folks. So he said this earlier in his presidency about the Second Amendment, right? Here's what he said. Let me paraphrase. And let's see if I can do an angry Joe Biden. You need more than just the guns to take on me. I got F-15s. You remember that? More or less saying that the reason that the Second Amendment, him actually kind of agreeing that the reason the Second Amendment exists is against tyranny, is to rebel against your government if you need it. So what did Joe Biden say? I got F-15s, baby. I'm essentially a dictator. You can't fight me. I got fighter jets. Could you imagine if Donald J. Trump said something like that? I have the United States military behind me and you can never topple me. People would go fucking bananas. People did go bananas. He did it again last week with a group of mayors. You need and at least he changed the airplane from F-16s to F-15s this time. Hey, if you want to fight me, you need an F-16, not an AR-15. Biden once again suggests the U.S. government could murder gun owners, man. You can't go against me. I got F-16s. Does that even sink into you? If you're a frothing at the mouth Joe Biden supporter, probably somehow you're going to find a way to excuse that. Ladies and gentlemen, I just happen to know a bunch of F-16 and F-15 drivers. I just happen to know a lot of F-18 drivers. They ain't on the side that Joe Biden thinks they're on. I'm going to let that sink in. Why does this matter? Because it's an election year, folks. It's an election year, and this type of stuff. This is disgusting. Telling the American people that the Second Amendment is a waste of time because I got the U.S. military behind me. That's what a dictator says. But Trump's a dictator. Trump never said anything like that, folks. It's a disgrace. Speaking of a disgrace, traumatic brain injuries. Iranian-backed militias mount another missile attack on U.S. forces. Another. Ladies and gentlemen, I lost count at 100 since October 7th. The Wall Street Journal is keeping track 140 times Iranian backed forces or Iranian forces have attacked our women and men in uniform in the Middle East. I want that to sink in. The U.S. Commander in Chief is supposed to protect U.S. troops from having traumatic brain injuries from enemy assault. Where is President Biden? I swear to God, I'm doing my best to talk my son Matthew and Jack out of serving this country. Do you want your children to serve this country and be missile sponges? It's a fucking disgrace. You wonder why nobody wants to serve in the military? Because you're not allowed to fight back. What are they doing there? Hey, Joe, how about you remove our forces from Iraq and bring them home to defend our southern border? The last time I looked up the definition of a military, it's actually to protect your country, your homeland. But we got our women and men cowering in bunkers getting attacked by Iranians, while Iranians and other Middle Eastern fighting age males are streaming across our southern border. It's a disgrace. It's all part of the plan, isn't it? U.S. troops suffered traumatic brain injuries after airbase attack. I can't even. What's it have to do with trading? Everything. Ladies and gentlemen, we should be attacking Yemen. We should be attacking the Houthis. They are attacking innocent civilian ships in the Red Sea. Shipping, commerce is being impacted. It's a disgrace. So when they have to divert from going through the Red Sea around the Horn of Africa, it's going to add about 40% to everything. You think inflation's bad now? Imagine when the Strait of Hormuz or the Red Sea is shut down by the Iranians. It will impact world markets, folks. But anyway, or just come home. Bring everybody home and let the Middle East, they've been killing each other for thousands of years, just keep it up. Stock market today, folks, absolute record high. The Dow actually touched 38,000 for the first time ever. We have raging inflation. We have interest rates at record highs. S&P 500 is just ignoring all of it. Let's dig in a little bit, though. Stocks are at record highs, but will only get harder from here. Precisely. Expectations for interest rate cuts are waning. Some investors say stock gains might be hard won as a result. Ladies and gentlemen, Jerome Powell and the Fed saying, oh, geez, we should probably start cutting interest rates. When? Probably in the middle of 2024, towards the end of 2024. Oh, so like 6 to 8 months from now? Yeah. What did the market do? Celebrated now. The market, ladies and gentlemen, is not present. It is living in the future right now, and that usually ends spectacularly, and I'm going to be ready. I'm going to pound it into the dirt. The moment for small cap stocks might already be over. The Russell 2000, look at the Russell 2000 up here compared to the S&P 500. The Russell 2000, I am going to pound into the dirt. Remember, I'm going to train you this week in Full Throttle to trade the market you have, not the one you want. And the market we have is just kind of ignoring reality for now. When, not if it turns, we're going to be ready to pound it into the dirt. Why are we still kind of drifting up with equities, man? There's 8.8 trillion in cash that's kind of sitting on the sidelines. Why? Because you can earn about 5% in a money market fund or a CD. Why would you be in stocks right now? Right? So there potentially could be a lot of money sitting on the sidelines. But ladies and gentlemen, inflation, did you see the CPI and PPI prints recently? The inflation numbers that the Fed uses? They went up. Inflation actually ticked higher and has been ticking higher recently. So the Fed, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, is not done yet. They still have some work to do. But until they kind of say, you know what, we probably are going to raise one more time, there's definitely a crash up in equities going on here. But I'm telling you, we are blinded to the risks by rate cut optimism, right? We are in a country where everybody gets a trophy, right? So the Fed is always going to be there to bail us out. Well, I'm here to tell you that isn't necessarily the case, especially with U.S. consumers maxing out their credit cards. We are $1.1 trillion in debt. And the credit agencies are starting to report that people ain't paying their credit cards, folks. So we have a massive potential problem on the horizon. Speaking about it being an election year, the Fed might just kind of sabotage Trump. The Treasury Department's run by Janet Yellen, a political appointee who used to be a Fed chief. Of course, they're going to try and stick it to Trump this year. They're going to do everything in their power to possibly prop up the stock market and the economy so this guy doesn't get back into office. I can't stand the dude. I cannot stand Donald Trump. I cannot believe that this is where we are. We have an octogenarian who doesn't know what he is, where he is, and gets angry and yells at people. And then you got Donald Trump. I just can't even believe that in the United States of America on January 22nd, the two men, not even one woman, the two men running to control this country are just complete shit shows. This was pretty funny. After a sugar high of free money, these billion-dollar techs need a nap. What did I tell you about NFTs? Absolute joke and disgusting. I paid $3.5 million for a JPEG of an ape. You're an idiot. I'm in the metaverse. I walk around with, or I just sit on my couch and get fat eating Cheetos with an Oculus on my face, walking around a fake world. Last time I checked, there was this thing called God, made a pretty cool universe, not the metaverse. Get off your couch and go outside and live. So we're going to talk about this later in the week in our free full throttle training about how some of these stupid things we can potentially get bearish on. But for now, folks, trade the market you have, not the one you want. And the market we have, what portfolio is this? Primary. The primary model portfolio in 22 days into 2024, what's that, about 3 weeks of trading, is up $21,000. We're averaging $7,000 a week in profits here at TOPGUN Options. What are you waiting for? And where's my yellow sticky? There it is. We have about 37 memberships left. When we get to 50, we close full throttle. Again, if you haven't registered to attend the briefs this week, go.topgunoptions.com/launchft. If you are registered and you're ready to grab your slot, on the replay page, just scroll down and click whether you want a monthly subscription or the annual. You save a lot of money with an annual subscription. You want to do the annual so you can also get access to the hunters right here. This is our self-directed hunters SDIS, the self-directed investment squadron. Look at this. All my trades from today are posted in here. All my intelligence is posted in here throughout today. It is live, and it is the place you want to be. All right, I will see you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for the primary live trade brief. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you're hedged, which we are. Fights on. Namaste and Basi, whiz out.